I think the thing that really worked so well with Off Campus and the thing that kind of stuck with me was how it genuinely felt the way that I feel when I'm reading a romance novel like this. It's one of the first adaptations that I've seen that has done this so effectively. And I don't want to compare this to Heated Rivalry. I know that a lot of people are doing that and it feels a little inevitable because they're both hockey shows and they're both romance and they both came out around the same time, but they are fundamentally very, very different shows. Off Campus is not revolutionary. It is not going to change the world, but it does a similar thing to Heated Rivalry in that it takes the romance genre seriously. It doesn't just pump out all these tropes and say, okay, well, you know, we've got to get to point A to point B to point C, and that point C is a happy ending, and it doesn't really matter how we get there as long as, like, you know, there's like the fake dating and there's the third act breakup and then everyone's like sad again. What they did was they seemingly focused on who these characters are and the connection that brings them together. Because at the end of the day, the thing that makes the romance genre so compelling isn't about the tropes as much, it's about the characters that are brought together because of it. Both Hannah and Garrett are individual, whole, complete people in their own rights without each other. They're not actually missing anything, but when they find each other, they realize that their lives could be made better if they were to be together. They help each other grow in a way that feels authentic and really raw, and it becomes really vulnerable midway through the show as well. It becomes darker than I ever expected it to be, and it was really effective to see that. And all the while, it is still an easy watch. I don't have to struggle to watch it, and I think that's fine. That's great. I don't subscribe to the notion that we have to suffer through our entertainment. I think that's absolute crap, to be honest. And I think that this show did it so well. It made it heartfelt, it made it deep, it made it heartbreaking at times, but it also was still easy to watch. It kind of brought the idea of human connection in a really like loving and gentle way and showed you that there is light and that there is happiness and that none of that is bad and that all should still be taken seriously. This is not revolutionary. It's not going to change the game. But what it will do is make people feel seen and happy and like romantic and in love, and that will make them feel safer. It gives them a safe place to kind of like have these fantasies for themselves. And I think that's so important. I also firmly believe that all romances should be episodic because they are about connection. They are about people coming together, and that does take time. It takes time to really understand that. And so many Hollywood execs, and I will always blame the Hollywood execs for this, just pump them out into movies, and while a lot of the movies are fun and they're great, I think that the episodics, they're better done. They are. Romance is one of the most profitable genres in entertainment, and it is so rarely taken seriously, which is just insane to me. Like, I don't care if you hate women. I'm sure you love money, but for some reason, you're not putting these two things together. Come on, people.